Hello, everybody. We're back in real time. It's been minutes for us. For you, I don't fucking know
Oh,
how
you're
long it's
gonna
been,
tell them?
but
You're gonna tell them?
you're still driving, bro. You could disappear. I don't know.
I'm still
So,
day drinking. They need to know that I'm a
in
bottle of wine in.
in real time, we just recorded the last episode, and we're running a double header, but we're going to split it up for you guys. So today we're going to talk about Final Five and Final Four, and then we're going to leave Final Three and finale for whenever we get there. So yes, once again. Back like I never left. It's me, Shanks. Hello.
It's me again, Sydney. Still driving. Still not there yet. Will I
Still
ever
the
get
bravest
there?
among us.
Will I ever get there? Great question.
Hi everybody. I'm Graham. I am now in a laying
Graham, is
position.
that a
That's the
bed or a
seat.
dog
What?
behind in the corner? Is that a white dog or a bed? I'm sorry. That
Insane question to ask.
looked like a dog. So when we got a big fluffy
What do
white
you
dog,
mean? Is that a bed or a
it looked like a
dog?
dog. Its tail. I don't fucking know,
Okay,
bro.
so I know I told like a Jasmine meetup story before, but I feel like now is a really good time to tell the story about how she was talking about
Wait,
the
who are you?
Jasmine is Megan.
No, you didn't introduce yourself.
No,
No,
who
you
are
have to
Who are
introduce
you?
yourself
you?
Oh,
first.
I'm Alex. Hi, I'm Alex. And at some point in time, I spent time with Jasmine IRL. And when she was incredibly drunk, she was pointing out the cat she was obsessed with in the window. And we were like, Angel Face, that is a fucking dog. What are you talking about? And that is about when she passed out on like atop a Manhattan building. So that's where we're at
Yeah,
today.
Beautiful.
I'm sorry.
love,
Go on.
But
love.
yeah, I mean, in spite of my delusions, we're back for another episode of the Reruns Rewind. And I mean, we can just get right into it. Cameron just got unceremoniously murdered out back, like almost as bad as what I did to Jessica. And
Yeah, they took
Old
him
Yeller
out.
to
It was
hell.
your choice. It was the house guest choice to murder Cameron like that. That was your choice to do that to
I
Jessica.
said almost as bad.
Almost.
So we've got the final five, which I don't remember what the competition was. Give me 2 seconds to scroll. It
It's snowing
was,
again, guys. I'm
bro.
ending it.
Oh, it
I can't,
was we okay. We were in BB Comics Week now. This competition was frame
oh,
by frame. We had to make them watch this video of the actual BB Comics Revengers bullshit that they did, and then I had to like format the frames. Luke made this one. Luke was very evil. There was a frame that was identical to the first few minutes of the video, but it happened in the literal last second of the video. So people were just missing it and getting the penalties for it because the frame would load and the video would end and they get an ad, which I did warn them the video might get ads if you want to like skip the ad and then watch it again. I don't know. But Jason comes out on top, winning his own set of back-to-back HOHs, by the way. So good for Jason. And at this point, he does what he should have done to Final Seven and nominates me. Although Jason had us scared. Jason had us fucking
He
spooked.
did have a scare that he
Because
was
at
not
this
going to make the
point,
right move
he's like,
again.
I want to be in Final Three with Raven and Kevin. And that's like it's gonna be really awkward if I win HOH because I have to burn Jillian and Veronica. I'm like, what do you mean burn Jillian and Veronica? What do you mean burn Jillian? Why are you nominating Jillian in any fucking timeline? And I was just like, jeez, what are you doing? I was like, oh my God, please don't. I was like, I was mad. I'm not a whistle letter anymore. Fuck this.
you were
Not
never a
rooting.
true Whistle Nutter anyway.
Yeah,
Shut
don't even pretend.
up.
Don't
I was
pretend.
there.
You
I was
weren't. You
there.
didn't have the
No,
spirit of
you
a
I
Whistle
weren't.
wasn't in the
You
Nutter.
front
weren't.
lines, but I was there. I was deployed.
You were supporting enough to put me and my ideation down about the potential like stand name simply because Whistle Nutters does not speak to the lesbian population. And I feel like that's a valid.
Lesbians don't whistle their
Yeah, but
mouths.
everyone's forgetting I'm the one who
What'd
pushed
you
the
say?
Whistle Nut agenda.
Wait, what did you say, Shinx?
That's doing do lesbians not whistle their nuts.
No, lesbians do not whistle their nuts. In fact, the lesbian like new logo is
There's a logo for lesbians?
yes, there is a logo for lesbians, and it is not fucking Adore Delano.
It's
Why
a
do I want to say Adore
vagina.
Delano? It
Oh.
is get these nuts away from my face. The entire opposite of
Latrice.
Delore Delano.
Latrice.
Thank you. Latrice Royale, opposite of Delore Delano.
But let's be let's be clear that I'm the one who came in one day and was like, I'm going to start calling myself a whistle nutter. And I was like, I understand this might be controversial,
And
but
that shit's fucking funny.
that's what I'm calling myself, especially because I had decided through a vote that we would be Veronica's virgins. And I was like, well, isn't it funny to be a
A
virgin and a
virgin
whistle
versus a
nutter?
nutter.
Well, versus whistle nutter, like that's just funny as fuck. And then there was obviously opposition to that, and I accepted that. But just to put it clear, Shinx is not the one who even accepted whistle nutter. It was not a
Shinx is
man.
simply the one who tried to impose it upon everyone by programming the bot to command. However, I would like to acknowledge my bisexual sister, Sydney,
Yes, thank
who
you.
created that. And I feel like women really are the creators in this
But
series.
I never tried to impose my will. I just said, from this day on, I am a whistle nutter. I don't know what y'all are. I
was
respect that,
simply
but
just
I'm a whistle
saying
nutter.
that the superior name
You are,
should
and
be
I feel like
acknowledged.
I do want to be clear. I did say I hate that I know that the main behind the player would really love and cherish this name, but I just can't own it myself.
I don't think I'm woke enough for this.
What was that?
You're not woken up for the shit.
I said, I don't think I'm woke
What
enough
part
for
of
this.
this is either woke or unwoke?
The
Walk me
virgins
through
and the
that.
nutters, bro.
Is it woke
Yeah, it
or
depends on who
unwoke
you
though?
are, because
I'm confused.
depending on who you're talking to, and actually I would argue that most people you would talk to, being a lesbian does not necessarily mean that you do not whistle nuts. However, I personally as a lesbian do not whistle nuts, so it just really depends. Not to be a vet about it.
I mean, not offense.
We have gone so far off the rails.
We really have.
And you know what?
Yeah,
Keep this shit in. Keep it all
I'm
in.
gonna cut the intro and I'm just gonna tack this on to the other one.
It just starts with me. The podcast just starts with me going, by the way, I came up with whistle nutter because we're virgins and you got to be a whistle nutter too. Just start there.
Yo,
Just
this
start
is what
there.
happens when we record for 3 hours straight.
Yeah,
Half these
literally.
people are not sober. Sydney's locked in on driving.
I don't
I'm
know.
not
I'm sober.
I feel like
Let
a
me
vet
say
deserves to be
clearly
called
on the
out for being
record,
a
I
turd.
am sober.
So
I said half the people. That means
I'm
two.
I
Yeah,
am
well, I'm
also
making sure
sober.
everyone
you
knows
are?
I am sober.
Yes.
Oh shit, I didn't know.
I'm not sober, so
Oh,
She's
Alex is
the
drunk.
only one.
I'm high
So
on fucking
sorry.
life right now. I don't know about y'all.
The way I was gonna say Shinx is gonna say he's high on life, and then I didn't say it. Fuck. Damn it. The way I was just about to say it. Ugh. That pisses me off because then I can't prove it, but I'm telling you I was gonna say it.
no, I know you were.
Believe me.
Ugh. This pisses me off.
It's just all staying in.
Look, we need the runtime. This is gonna be quick. If we just talk about games, it's gonna be like 10 minutes.
Well, but that
This
is
is why I love you guys.
Like, in the game
Heart
is
hug.
very bad though, where it's like there's not a lot. It's like this happened, and
It was just Jason giving us heart attacks
yeah,
and then doing the
over
right
again.
thing.
The whistle nutter's down in the trenches for another week again.
So yeah,
And some gestures just being delusional in Spec Lounge. Like, okay, here's why it's totally fine that he did this.
And maybe that's kind of our ideological difference. I think the whistle nutters were like, we realistically see what's ahead of us, but we still stand. And the gestures were trying to understand and defend it. Like
the jesters are self-gaslighting because they're jesters. Yeah.
And the whistle nutters are like,
other
I
Alex,
accept.
Natalie,
Oh
Alex
my
said,
God.
it's okay, Jason. Host doubted me too. I'm like, Natalie, your move, we were admitting you were wrong. Your move is just a vote. Jason had nominations to make and did the wrong one after you were burned by Nicole when you voted her out. Jason was burned by Raven and Veronica and kept them off the block. Like, they're not apples and oranges here. But Jason comes around after scaring us all.
I support Jason through his subpar game moves.
Does the right thing finally and guarantees that one of Raven and Veronica will go home.
Yeah.
Ideally, Veronica for him. However, Raven has other plans. To where last episode they were championing Dominique for villain. This is where I think, for me, Raven locked in her villainy, that she was willing to destroy her own game just to piss off Jason, just to fuck him over more. I'm like, how evil do you get? Where it's like, yeah, I'm going down, but I'm fucking taking your shit down with me.
But the thing is, it wasn't just that though.
It was to
It
save
was also
Veronica's
she wanted
life.
to save Veronica. So I don't think
Yeah.
you're completely right. And also, like, I don't
I
want to fight
honestly
about
that
this.
could be hero of the season, depending on who's arguing it.
Jesus
Well, and I don't.
Christ.
Me and Shinx, me
I'm
and
just
Shinx
saying.
are.
I'm just saying, bro. Like, do you want me
Me.
to argue that? Because I can.
Well, and like I already thought about this with Shinx and Spec Lounge, and I don't want to fight anymore. I'm tired. I don't have it in me to fight anymore. I just want to be happy and have
Oh,
peace
see,
in
I
my
really
life.
want to fight
But
Shanks. That sounds
but
fun.
I'm just gonna say again, when we vote for awards for the players, they are spectator awards. The spectators are voting for the players who they view as spectators fulfill these specific caricature of roles: hero, villain, our favorite, blah blah blah. If Raven wants to save Veronica, in part despite Jason, but also just to save Veronica, because she, one, thinks Veronica, she thought she had at least a slightly better chance of staying on the block over Veronica, which Raven would have left, but that's probably still true. And two, because she's like, I want Veronica to win this season. So those are two reasons beyond it being spiteful, but she also was being spiteful. But even assuming it was just spite, Spec Lounge is all cheering it on because we all
Yes.
want Veronica to win the season. If
It's
Jason
heroic.
can't win, so
And
it's
I
well,
already
I mean,
said.
It's
I'm not going to
spiteful
say
but heroic.
I'm not even going to say it's heroic, but I'm just saying if these are
I
spectator
will.
awards and spectators are cheering it on because we think this is going to save the winner of the season, I just don't think you can say that that's villainous because the Spec Lounge isn't cheering it on like, wow, she's so evil, but we love it. We're cheering it on like, oh my God, she's
And
going
they
to
would,
save
by the way.
our
Our
favorite
spec lounge is
player.
diabolical. They would fucking cheer on like the pettiest shit in the world, and they have.
That's true.
Like,
I
but
can't
we
even
were
look
for
at her
real.
DR because she's talked too much about fucking heated rivalry. I'm shocked Graham
I
didn't tell me that
know.
shit.
Yeah.
But I like from what I saw, her main
No,
thing. Go
no,
ahead.
I remember for sure she was in her DR like, should I use POV on myself if I win, or on Veronica if I win? Because I think I have a better chance on the block than her, at least by a little bit. I
Yes.
remember for sure
She
Yes.
she
was
said
talking
that.
about how like I can save us both by doing this. Like
So it
she
wasn't just out of spite, but even if it was, I just don't think. I'm not even saying
Here's
Raven is a bad choice for villain, by the way. Like Raven would make a perfectly valid villain of the season award, but like
yeah.
I just don't. I just really disagree with you that this is villainous in any way. I
this is
just don't think
why
it
I
is.
say it's villainous because regardless of if it's her intent to yes, it is to save Veronica, obviously, but Jason has made it blatantly clear his target is he wants to send Veronica home. And she's both mad at herself already for not taking Jason out last week. And then she's like, but she's like directly, literally detrimenting herself to keep Jason's target safe, which is just like, hello? Like that's giving me like Sal's about to blow up the fucking planet because he's losing type
But
shit.
would
You
she
know,
do that if
She wouldn't have done it for
Jason's
anyone else but
target wasn't her
Veronica.
number one?
She
You know
would
what I
not
mean?
have done it
probably
for
not,
anyone but
but it's
Veronica.
still just a layer of like you
It's a
don't
layer,
not veto yourself, and the
it's not
fact
the
that
reason. It's not the main reason. Like if like let's say Kevin had been on the block with her and she vetoed Kevin. I'm sorry. I'm like acting like Kevin is in a final two. That I should stop. Sorry. Like I mean I stand by what I said. If Kevin was on the block with her and she was like, I'm gonna veto Kevin and risk me or Veronica being put up at this point because fuck Jason, that's villainous. But she's mad at Jason, so that's playing into it. But the main reason is because she wants to save Veronica and potentially keep them both in the game. Like
well,
that's like saying Cole, which I do think actually Cole was voted villain this season, so I might have just fucked myself. But that's like
Okay.
saying Cole when he was like, I'm gonna put myself on the block next to Sydney. And I'm gonna force a share back door so that Sydney
that is
survives.
evil. He did that to Jackson. That's not that's evil.
Yeah, but it was like cunty. Like
Cole did
it
not.
was
Okay, yeah,
it
Cole
I
did
feel
wasn't
that.
like if
villainous
it's
to
country
me.
enough, it
Cole
doesn't
did
count as
that to save
villainous.
you, but he also did it to fuck over Jackson. I don't think Jackson thinks that's fucking heroic. If you ask
No,
Jackson right
no.
now,
I mean, yeah, of course. Well, yeah,
It's
of course,
fine.
Jackson's gonna have a fucking problem with it. But like, okay, but like in his DR, he did that to Cher because he knew Cher was vulnerable, and he knew that Cher. But Goose was the one targeting Cher as like a tertiary target. It wasn't Cole that brought. Anyway, that's irrelevant. I don't know why I brought that up, but I stand by what I said. We can just agree to disagree on it. That's
I
totally
just
fine.
think
But I don't
that
think it's villainous, and I think that viewing it that way, I just think I think it's just bringing something to the table that honestly, like, was almost like the third or fourth or fifth reason Raven was potentially going to take someone else off the block other than herself. I don't think it holds up, but fair enough. Whatever.
Regardless, I think
I just had to say my piece.
Raven's had a history of villainous things this entire season, and I
I
think
think
personally,
Raven had too much self-sacrifice at a certain
I
point.
think it is greater than Dawn's body of work. If you ask me, I am just one person. I do think her hypocrisy towards Jillian was also a little crazy and questionable, but that's besides the point. And yeah, so Raven is like, I'm gonna win the veto and save Veronica for XYZ purposes, but that does not come to fruition because Veronica wins veto herself in a very dominating fashion, by the way. I mean, again, forgot the comp, but it was good.
We could have had it.
Oh, duh, it was BB Comics. Of course, it's BB Comics. And Veronica was the only one to do that in single digits, by the way. Like, everyone else took at least 10 minutes to do BB
She
Comics.
ate. As always, she ate.
Yeah.
Yeah, Veronica did her big one, took herself off the block.
Yeah, and Jason was like, oh God, who do I nominate? And then he just did Kevin again because it doesn't matter at this point. Like, whoever you nominate is going to stay by tie at least. And it should have been a fucking tie, but we'll get to that in a second. And I mean, yeah, it didn't matter. Jillian, this is where the point of contention comes in now. Jillian, knowing exactly what she wants to do and what Jason wants to happen, immediately votes to evict Raven. Raven gets pissed off about this. In spite of what they just did to Cameron yesterday, basically, Raven is upset because at least Jason gave her a fake time to let her plead her case before doing the renom, which is just like, I don't know. I'm like, that how you, depending how you look at it, someone could appreciate Jillian for at least getting to the point and Jason being fake. Like, why, Jaden, to fucking do it? Like, what are you waiting for, Jason? Like, come on. So it really depends on the person. I don't think Jillian did anything wrong here, especially because, like, I'm sure she could have talked to Raven, but I'm like, some people appreciate straightforward behavior. Some people appreciate being jury managed. And a Raven's entire thing up to this point has been being blunt and straightforward. So you'd think, but I don't know. Again, to each their own.
It's just ego. It's just ego. These people want to do whatever they want to do to anybody else, but the minute their life or their line or their back is in the corner, I'm also smoking a cigarette. Sorry if it's loud, but I have to say this. It's because they want to do whatever they want to anybody else, but the minute that they're in trouble or they're out the door, they want everyone to cater to them. And they've all been bitter about this, all of them, to the most part.
One of them.
I do feel like, to a certain extent, like you have to kiss ass to jurors as they go out. You know what I mean?
I agree, but some people
when you
like,
don't kiss anybody's ass and then you're like, oh, I want my ass kissed. It's like, well, you've been doing this to everybody else. It's like, I mean, it doesn't mean it's good jury management. I think this season has been a example in very poor jury management across the board.
Yeah.
These people have not been. They have not been doing their due diligence in terms of jury management.
They all hate each other.
Yes, like literally. But it's like at the end of the day, it's like, of course, jurors will feel whatever they feel, and you have to take that into account because, like, no matter who's on the jury, that's your jury. Like, that's who you have to work with. Yeah. But on the other hand, it's also like, yeah, it's like I don't necessarily feel bad for any of them because they did fucked up shit to everybody else on their way out, but then they're mad that fucked up shit's being done to them. It's like, well, that's who set that system up. Like literally, yet again, who set that system up?
There we go.
But
it's just like, yeah, it's not that they're not kissing the jury's ass. Like the ego thing is not that
they're kissing the wrong ass, basically.
It's not that there's no ass kissing at all. Like that's the issue, is that they're like, why aren't they doing this to me? Not realizing that they didn't do it to other people.
Yeah, I mean, again, this this final group has been awful with goodbye messages to the point where, like, I don't like. It's been egregiously
Oh my
bad.
God, we did not even touch on Raven's goodbye message to Megan.
Oh yeah,
I feel like that's even like, in a weird way, the least offensive of the shit, because like they were never gonna get along or whatever. But like, I don't know. I feel like the goodbye messages have been.
Oh yeah, that's
awful.
Part of why I was dunking on Raven as her villain, because she was like, she literally danced on fucking Megan's grave. She was gonna do it to Karen, but she forgot. Like, and Dominique, at least Dominique was nice at her GBMs. She's like, Alex, well, not that, but she's like, Megan, you played so good. She's being nice to Alex.
No, I'm sorry. Her goodbye message to Megan was fucking condescending as shit. Like I was
It was
reading that
fake
going,
nice, but at least it was an attempt at
no,
nice.
it was
It's
condescending. It was going,
Condescending
I
and fake
saw
nice
how
are the
much
same
of a
thing.
threat you were when I was in your DMs. All Megan did was say, can you please not vote me out? That was not actual.
I'm sure
social-
Dominique
that
thought
was
she was being an
bullshit
angel.
from Dominique. That was like, that pissed me off so much, that
Yeah,
goodbye
I
message,
agree it was
I have to
condescending,
say.
and I agree it was fake nice. I'm sure Dominique thought she was being sweet as fuck. Dominique probably went in there thinking she was being the kindest she could ever be, whereas Raven is spitting on these people's graves, crip dancing on their graves, pissing on their everything. And I'm like, but again, not to campaign for awards that are going to be gone by the time this goes out. I'm just like, Raven takes her nastiness. She'll kick your dead body. Dominique will at least give you put flowers on your grave. It might be stolen flowers, but she's gonna put flowers on your grave.
Dominique will put flowers on your grave while
That
psychologically terrorizing your next of kin. Like,
I'm
I don't
actually
know what you're
realizing
talking
in this
about.
conversation that this might just be like and not to, this might be unwoke or too woke. It's somewhere in there. But it's like, how a lot of men, because of like social conditioning and like the way they're brought up, like they don't recognize psychological warfare like most women can. And like,
Mhm.
I think that's maybe just what it is. Like, I don't like what Dominique did would piss me off personally way more because I
Yeah.
hate when people patronize me. I hate when people condescend to me. Like, I would much rather someone be a bitch to
Yes.
my face, especially when we've been bitching each other out already. So, like, to me, what Dominique did would piss me off more because it just reads as like fuck jury management to me. At least Raven is just being like, yeah, fuck you. You said fuck me. Like, we're not going to vote for each other anyway. So, like, let's just say it how it is. Like, imagine if
Raven
Raven.
is the homophobe who slurs in my face, which I would much rather than like the bitch who is like kind to my face and then is like talking about me behind my back. You know what I mean? Like, not that I'm saying Dominique did that for sure. Like, she did
I
not
just
do that. It was
me
not
personally,
that.
I would
However,
rather nothing from a Raven versus like, ha, I beat you, bitch, fuck you, Ray Voodoo, Ray Karma. I like just say nothing at that point. Like for me
I mean,
personally.
she didn't say fuck you, bitch. I mean, she
Well,
said,
she
like,
said Ray Voodoo always wins, which is like
yeah, low key funny. Like, low key a little funny. Like, I can't lie.
I mean it's
Anyway,
funny, but I'm like,
really great.
I don't know. I guess we can talk about this because this is gonna be a short episode. I almost want to be jury managed. Like, I know some cases it's not obvious, but like also there's two different things. Dominique probably had a chance at Megan's vote. Raven was never gonna get it. So there's also two different things. Like, Dominique couldn't be like, "Hi, I beat you." But again, it was probably faking out his end. But like Dominique, I'm sure thought she was being kind and thought she was like massaging Megan's wounds.
But I think that's the whole point. It's like Raven. Do you really think a goodbye message from Raven would have changed the fact that Megan and Raven hadn't talked
That's what
since
I'm
like
saying.
day
I would have
four?
preferred if I was Megan. I would prefer nothing from Reagan. Reagan. I prefer nothing from Raven versus being like, haha, I won. Like, just don't say anything. Versus my relationship with Dominique, I would almost be like, okay, we had a bumpy road and you turned on me for some reason, but I'm like, I want to be jury managed. Like, I want you to at least try to get my vote.
Oh no,
Unless,
yeah. Well, and again,
no, I see what you mean. Yeah, you want the
Dominique
effort to
is
be
a
put
better
forth.
player, lovingly, a much better player than Raven, which is why Dominique was doing a lot better than Raven in a lot of ways for most of the game. Yeah, I mean, Dominique did the exact right, smart thing, but it doesn't mean that it's going to come across well. And I don't think it means also that like it makes it not villainous per se. I guess I would say like what like her doing good jury management and I don't think that.
I'm not saying Dom's GBMs are why she should have. I'm saying Raven's GBMs are why she should be in villain contention.
Well, besides the one she sent to Megan, what were the other bad ones?
She was gonna do one for Cameron, but she forgot, which is like, but even still, Cameron did say that by optics and just like respecting the game, he would have voted for Raven against Kevin. So who knows? But maybe if she sent that GBM, that rubs him the wrong way because he's been known to like not like Raven's archetype of player. So I don't know what that would have had if she did send it or anything. But I'm just like, the point I was trying to make is that Raven's bitchiness didn't stop when you left the door. She kept actually going in her GBMs, which is like, I respect the bluntness. But in the same breath, then it's like if someone left a bitchy GM to her, Raven would have thrown a fucking fit about it and been really mad
That,
about it.
yeah,
Back to the ego thing.
absolutely, and that would be just hypocrisy and ego and all the things we talked about.
Yeah.
This season has been so rife with hypocrisy. We've already discussed the ego, but the hypocrisy has been just impressive, honestly.
Yeah, but like you said, the GBMs and the jury management of this cast have been less than stellar, and Jillian ghosting another would-be juror was not the greatest thing to do. The real
No.
The real funny thing here that came in is we all expected the vote to tie. I was working on trivia for the next round that was going to be a tie, and then Veronica comes up. Veronica's running around saying she was forced. I told Aiden told me, "Hey, I'm gonna vote in 1 hour." I'm like, "All right, cool." 2 hours pass. I check in. I'm like, "Yo, what's good?" He's like, "Okay, I'm going right now." Goes to Raven's DMs. "Hey, I'm being forced. I was gonna wait for you to come back, but I'm being forced." Goes to subs. Votes out Raven. I'm like, "What the fuck?" Everyone, everyone's like, Who is forcing Veronica to do this? She should let it tie." And I'm like, "Guys, she's talking about me." Because I kindly asked him where he was after being 2 hours late to the vote he said he was going to do. So that's all that was. And then Veronica's reason for tying the vote, she said, and I do kind of get the justification, even though she didn't get to like warn Raven about it because Raven didn't come back on. She was like, "I don't want Jason to get one over on me, the saying he blindsided me." And that is what Jason, I think, was trying to do because after Veronica won the veto, for whatever fucking reason, he was lying to her and saying, "How do we save Raven here?" And I'm like, "Why the fuck? Jason, they're already dead. Just tell them the truth. Like, no matter what happens,
Insanity.
Raven's like, what are you
I
doing
feel
here?"
like I feel like you don't need to vote against your number one ally in order to say that they didn't blindside you. All you have to do is say, I heard from this person, I heard from this person, I heard from this person, I heard from this person in your
Yeah.
speech. Like
So
all you
yeah.
have to do is just cite your
And
leaks,
or
you
even
know?
to be like, "Jason, I knew you were gonna vote Raven now. Like it was so obvious. Like it
Yeah,
was
exactly.
dumb to
Like
believe
you
that you wouldn't do that."
The only
I
thing I'll add, I think it was stupid, and I would have voted to tie it person if I was in Veronica's shoes. But at the end of the day, like Veronica was never going to lose Raven's vote if Veronica
Yeah.
made it to
yeah, I was
final
gonna
two.
say, I'm like,
Like
it's
I
not
don't
like
know
she
why
it didn't
didn't
really
Jason
defend
lied.
matter.
herself.
I
It
don't know
didn't
why
really
Jason lied. Yeah.
matter.
Yeah.
It does. It really doesn't matter now. But it
Yeah.
would not have changed. It would have changed nothing at final two if Veronica made it to final two. So it's like, yeah, I don't know why the fuck Veronica did that, but like at the end of the day, like I think she knew, like either which way, like she was never going to lose
I
Raven's vote no
understand
matter
why she
what.
did it and
Yeah.
the fact that Jason was clearly lying. I just don't know what the fuck Jason lied for. That's my issue. Like
Yeah, Jason had that problem the entire season where
what did Jason
he
gain
was
from doing this?
as hosts, we would be in host chat or spec lounge like, what does Jason really want? Because we couldn't even figure it out
I couldn't
because he would
tell.
be telling
I think
everyone.
Jason had like survivor syndrome, and that I feel like survivor games lie so much more than Big Brother because like of the idol of it
Idols,
all.
yeah.
And I feel like I mean, I've hosted like Derek before and everything, and like his first tribe, like he ran a fucking cult there. Like he's just very skilled socially and everything.
Mhm,
And I feel like this is one of the things is he's said that this is the farthest he's ever come in a game, right? Like
mhm.
Yeah.
he's like one of those people who's like so skilled socially that like he gets sniped super early as a big threat, right? And I think
Mhm.
that that really informs like a lot of his decisions. Like when I was kind of saying like when he won HOH and he was just sort of like, I don't want to be made a fool of, I think that that was informing that for him. You know, like I do think that there was a little bit of an element of like, fuck, I keep getting sniped. Like I keep getting like in his mind made a fool of type thing, even if like that's not what other people are seeing. And I don't know. I think that like if Jason can like or Derek really can like internalize like what a good player he is and like really kind of embrace that, like the sky's the limit. I don't know.
Yeah.
I might have
No, I
wandered
mean,
to my point. I'm sorry.
Jason was a very strong social player, and he also had good reads. Like he wasn't even like
Yeah.
really for a while. He wasn't misreading much or anything. Like he knew
It's just the
he
end
was
game
he,
slips and
he
then
was yeah,
yeah,
he was
yeah.
using the information he had, which was a lot, very well, and making the correct reads. But like, yeah, he just kind of, for I'm sure several reasons, fell apart at the end, and I think he just I don't know if it's just because of his past org experience or the game itself or whatever, but like he just did not adapt, and he also had poor jury management because he never told anyone what the fuck he was doing. Like this cast, like I guess not all of them, but they really just like never learned the like simple Big Brother rule that like once it's time for that vote, and especially if you know where the votes are, there is no point in lying except just to
Yes.
piss people off. There
Yeah.
is no reason to lie, and you're only going to make people feel bitter. And bitter jurors will fuck you over in Big
Yeah.
Brother for sure. So it's like it was just like kind of like with Veronica, I could maybe see her logic being like, okay, I have two things here if I make it to final two. I could the con of voting Raven is that I guess maybe I could lose Raven's vote, which would never happen. So that's not even really a con. The other con of voting Raven is, or the con of not voting Raven and tying it is that they might try to use that against me in final two, and I don't want to hurt my case in any way. So it's like if you weigh those two things, then it's like why not just take the route that you make sure no one can say that you got blindsided, even though that wouldn't have
Yeah.
happened either. But I see like the logic of like, okay, there's a thing that'll never happen, and then something that maybe could happen, so I'll just take out that option altogether. So I see some kind of logic there, but yeah, in terms of like lying, that entire cycle, he was just straight up lying to Raven and Veronica about all kinds of shit. And it was just like, why? Like it didn't. It was just not really. It wasn't. Had he made it to final two, that absolutely could have came back and bit him in the ass for
I
sure.
don't know. I mean, Raven appreciated him lying versus Jillian silent, so I don't know what the fuck the people want anymore, honestly.
We've never figured it out. It's been 60 plus days, and I still don't know what the hell people are doing.
Yeah, no thoughts.
I feel like what we are seeing in this game is that like that thing that people say about it's not what you say to people, it's how you make them feel.
Yeah,
Like
Hmm.
it's not what anyone said in this game because people said a whole like bunch of weird crazy shit. It's just like how you made them feel. Like Dominique, she got stabbed like front, back, and center by Veronica and Raven, but because they like kikied with her on her way out, whereas Jillian was just like ghosting her or whatever. Jillian is the fucking devil, and like
Yeah.
butt sluts are still like forever and eternal. Like, so it really is just like so much of this game is just how you make someone feel. Like, if they feel respected, if they feel seen, if they feel like you care about them,
yeah,
and like you weren't using them. I think that's the biggest thing in this game is not making someone feel like they were used.
yeah. But yeah, I think that about wraps up Final Five. Raven goes home to Zip after everyone in the mother's expressing a tie vote. But yeah, and then we go into Final Four, which we all know what the comp layouts are now. What the bleep, Zingland, and then we got the final three, Escape Room, Web, Jury Statements. That's gonna cause problems. But anyways, so yeah, Veronica naturally just not only does Veronica win What the Bleep, Veronica fucking destroys What the Bleep.
It was scary.
She got an 11 out of 12. The only other person to do that good was Jackie in 17, getting like 9 out of 10 or some shit. And I'm like, how? And especially because this one was honestly harder, I think, because there was an extra channel of shit that you couldn't look in, and there was two extra questions, and yet Veronica fucking destroyed, got 11 out of 10 versus Jillian and Kevin 6 and 7 out of 12. Sorry, out of 12. So, I mean, I don't know what else to really say there. Veronica took that shit, and she also Kevin was fastest, but it didn't matter because again he was not close to Veronica's time score at all. And then Zingland broke a lot of hearts.
But everyone
Everyone,
finished.
everyone put in a good work. Everyone did finish.
Not many people can say the same.
Sydney
Me.
can't.
Fuck yeah, hell no. Anyone who finishes that competition, God bless you. You've done better than I've ever done.
Yeah, I like. We haven't done Zing Party at all since the Me era. And I think part of it has just been like the people we've been casting, it's been so hard to schedule live calls with all of them for XYZ reason. And also just doing Zingland Loki gives us an extra day to like do the
Yeah.
web and the escape room and
Yes.
stuff. Versus if we do Zing Party, we're gonna have a little lull after doing that one live, and I don't know, but I do want to do Zing Party at least like once before we wrap the shit back up. But it really depends on who we cast and how the final forwards out with their timing and host timing and
Just
everything.
hold
But
the 22 cast like hostage. Basically, be like, you're the last fucking chance. I'm gonna shoot
yeah,
you all if you
I
don't do it.
might, I might honestly.
I respect it.
But yeah, so Zingland is still here. Zing Party is not dead. She's just on a little hiatus, but she'll be back. I don't know when or how, but don't worry, we'll bring her back. But yeah, Zingland, you know how Zingland
Being dead,
goes.
party not. Woo!
Exactly. And yeah, shout out Graham for carrying Veronica. Graham stepped away from the call for a minute, but Graham carried Veronica at like 3 a.m. to do this shit. And I was like,
While he's on voice chat with me while I'm making the web,
yeah,
like helping
Thank
me.
God, Grant, because
He's yeah.
I had originally committed to hosting Veronica because I was like, oh, I'm like working from home the next day. It's gonna be totally fine. And then I looked at my calendar and I was like, oh fuck, I need to wake up at 7 a.m. I cannot like be hosting until like 3 or 4 a.m. I just can't do it.
And at this point,
So
I already hosted
Graham picked up
Jillian the day
the mantle. It
before
was
till
wonderful.
4 a.m. as well, and Jillian was making mistakes that made her run longer than it had to be. It's like, oh my God.
I'm just gonna be so honest. Like, I listen, not to be on a soapbox, but it's like these house guests. They've been through it and everything. We've been through it too. Us hosts, we've been through it too. Like they're mad about like these deadlines being extended. I'm mad too. They're mad about being up till 4 a.m. and these fuck ass deadlines. We're mad too. Like again, who set that system up? Not us. Trust and believe that would not have been the system I set up if I had to say. But I mean, I'm just saying, if they've suffered, we've had to suffer with it through, and with all of them. They only have to suffer in an individual capacity. We have to suffer with all 17 of them the entire season. So I'm
Mhm.
just saying. I'm just saying.
And then I guess the biggest point of contention here was we ran Zingland with season questions, so it's supposed to like be like these big gauntlet questions. It's supposed to be like one, then two, then three. I thought two was easier than three because it was just like finding information. But I guess that information was so elusive for people. Everyone got tripped up on that except Veronica. The point where like hell, that should have been question three, honestly. I normally do like crazy math question for the third one because like everyone hates math, haha. But like the math one was so simple, basically. I literally just find the numbers. I didn't even do division. I just literally just like fucking add and multiply. That's easy. But with this one, it was I don't
Hosting
know.
hosting season trivia question number 2 honestly made the word incomplete feel like a hate crime. Like anytime I said ink, it really felt like I was genuinely slurring
And that is
at
how I
both
felt.
Jason and Kevin, and it really felt uncomfortable for me.
That's how I
So
felt
thank
with
you for that,
Arya to
Jinx.
the point where like when I was hosting Arya, I would say incomplete, and then she was just taking so long and doing so many absurd guesses. And like I had to like shorten this because I can't keep typing incomplete. And I have other I'm like ink, ink, because Arya's 913 infamy was how she fucking was like the number was the
9:13.
number was the number she needed was 22, and she had somehow counted every number in the 20s except 22. I'm like, girl, you can't be serious. To the point where she started leaping to the 100s. So, okay, 100 to 199. No, 200 to 299. I'm like, no. Like, oh my God, oh my God. And then she like went up to until it mathematically could not be a number anymore. I was like, okay, I'm gonna start over. And then went to see whatever number she skipped. And I was like, bro, if you would just said 22 like an hour ago. So I had to add in all of her real time spent by 30 seconds and every incorrect. I had to do math. Okay, so 99 times 99. I was like, Jesus Christ. I was like, oh my
I
God.
was so stressed out reviewing those like charts because it was basically like it honestly, question number 3 was just like check one number. If the
Yeah,
number's right, it's right.
yeah.
The other one was like fucking 16 things that you had to check. It was crazy.
But I'm like, all this information is right there. I'm like, this is stuff I put on voting charts. But I don't know. I guess
Also,
No, but
Jason just like
you
randomly
are
adding
correct in that like I
Christine.
actually am surprised that they had so much of an issue with that because like if I look at the template of my notes that I have from shout out Swan, thank you so much for giving
yeah.
that to me. Like a chart for every single player in the game that includes like how many competitions won, how many votes received, how many times they were nominated, how many like all of those stats are part of that chart.
I mean, what if I was how
And
many competitions played? That would have been fucking
exactly nomination like
easy.
exactly all of that shit is there, and that's one of those things where it's like you kind of have to assume that any stat like that can be a question, so you should have it pre-prepared. And like I am kind of surprised that that was not included in their
Yeah.
notes.
And then also, yeah, so you mentioned Jillian, who went up first. Her autocorrect kept turning Christine into Christina. So I was like, I don't
Well,
know if I
I was talking
oh
about when Jason was just like randomly adding Christine and like
oh
half of his
yeah.
answers for some like I that was funny,
Oh
but yeah.
yeah, Jason kept pinging Christine.
No, Jason pinged Christine, I think like 8 times, and that was so
And
important
I'm
to me.
like,
I was
was it
really
him to be well,
disappointed
like,
when he
was it him
stopped
being a
pinging her.
troll or was it like him doing it by like mistake? I don't know
I
what it
don't know.
was, but it was so
But
funny.
yeah, then Jillian also called Christine Christina, and Shanks was like, "Do I count this?" And we were like,
The
"No." Like,
only
I'm
reason I
sorry.
wanted to count it was because in a past season with Audrey, she was saying Nathan and we needed a host name, and we're like, she meant Swan, but Swan's name in the server was Swanathan. So I'm like, I understand how you think his name is Nathan, so we gave it to
Funny
her.
as fuck. I forgot about
But I'm
that.
like,
Yeah,
I
but it's
mean,
like her username is
yeah,
X
teen.
teen
Yeah,
five. Like
this one I'm
yeah,
like,
it's not. There's
Also,
no
we said in
yeah,
like the
we said
identity
Kate.
announcement it is
Yeah,
Christine. Like there was, I don't think in this case, I don't think there was any way to confuse
no.
it other than
yeah.
just like having it wrong in your
It
notes
was
or
just a matter
whatever.
of me being like, well, it's clear what she meant, and like, but I don't know, but
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
Yeah.
but
but it to each their own. I don't think it is gonna. I
diabolical.
don't know if it's gonna change Jillian's difference, anyways. Honestly, but
It wouldn't have.
yeah,
She wouldn't have won the competition if even
yeah.
if that was counted.
One thing I would like to highlight as someone who hosted them both is and I don't think that they ever like compared notes enough to kind of to realize this themselves, but Kevin and Jason both had the same journey
Oh
in
fuck,
Zingland
Abby.
in that they both landed on somehow every
Oh
single
yeah.
uh penalty as well as reward, and every single time there was like, you know, an A, there was like a counter weight to it. Like
And don't
if one of
forget
them
when they
got
got
like
to
a
make a
create a
checkpoint.
checkpoint, you
Yeah.
also got like a destroy a checkpoint.
And
It was
how they picked horrible checkpoints at that.
it was honestly camp
And failed their checkpoint challenges.
as I'm like announcing the rewards and the penalties. I'm like, I feel our lack of creativity as they're seeing every single time of there being an instance of like the positive as well as the negative of it. It was just like a crazy experience. So I really just need to like acknowledge the fact that like Jason and his Kevin Nussey, um, you know, they really they really are kindred spirits. And I
A
think
Also,
lot
I
of
liked
our
how
a lot
beautiful.
yeah.
Jillian with the trivia would just be like, "I'm not getting it. Like, just put
Honestly,
me
I
back."
respected that. I was like, gave
No, that
you
was so
even
funny. I was
Veronica
like,
was doing that shit to
"Dude."
Graham. She was like, no, just send me back. I'm not doing this
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, like real, so fucking real. Like, yeah, girl, I get it. I had some fucked up questions. Me and Shing split up the trivia, and I did like the first 10
Yeah, I feel like
cycles, and
Sydney's
like I
questions were easier than mine or harder than mine. I'm like, God damn, I'm losing my fucking
honestly,
touch.
to be honest, I wasn't feeling very virtuous or charitable because I was also up until 3 a.m. on the Sunday before my Hell Week making the web, and I'd made the trivia like the day before.
Yeah,
So I
you
just don't
had
think I
someone
had a lot
working
of.
on their fucking law school exam prep working on
I didn't
Yeah,
ask
yeah,
her to do
yeah.
that. She was doing that. I was gonna grind it
Well,
out myself,
yeah.
but she
Well,
offered
yeah,
to be
no. Well, the
kind.
problem with the web is
so
like
y'all can pass the
the
bar now.
the person the best this is like getting super into production. I don't think anybody cares about this, but like the person best in the position to test the web for breaks is Shanks because Shanks is like the most stats focused in the
Yeah.
season. And if there's a break in the web, I feel like he's the best person to find it. And that's the scariest part about the web is like you can't have a break because it can destroy the entire web and make
Yeah,
it like unusable, which we've seen in the past. So
yeah,
I was like, Shinx, I have to make the web. No one else can make it because no one else wants to or is able to. I know how to make it and I need you to test it. So I have to make it. And I was like, I guess I'll just, what can you do? But anyway, my trivia was not very nice and I apologize. Some of it was fine. Some of it was fine, but some of it was pretty evil.
they
My
deserved it.
bad.
I honestly think you guys both ate, and I feel like there's been comments both from players and spectators that it's very obvious how much love and effort went into this competition, and I think that that is well deserved commentary. So, snaps to you both.
Oh, we're letting the specs peek behind the curtain a little bit on production, as if I don't talk about production like
Exactly.
in Spec Lounge. But no, yeah. So I mean, I love Zingland. I've never won it. I played it twice. I DNF'd both times. So
I use my
I
personal
played Escape
experience to
Rooms twice too,
comfort
and
house
DNF'd both
guests, and
times.
Shanks used that as an opportunity to punch down. So, you know.
I'm kind. I'm a kind soul. I was gonna
As
But yeah,
say
Jillian
it's.
said, you are not a kindness warrior, Shanks. Okay.
I was gonna say it's just funny to me. Like, half of our punishments are like the same shit in different fonts. Like, hey, move backwards, or like, hey, you're
Yeah,
gonna get an extra
yeah.
roll, which is basically the same shit as moving backwards. Just like add to. I was like, there's how many creative ways can we say add a roll? Honestly, and you know
Yeah.
what? I appreciate that for us. Thank you, Jack, for giving me the script to steal from. But yeah, Veronica sweeps the week and gives Kevin the vote, and Kevin's mind is made the fuck up. But Kevin is scared for a bit. He's like really thinking like
because Jillian and Jason are on working overtime to save. Yes, Jillian is also working overtime to save Jason.
Jillian, honestly, I feel like Jillian's work this episode is her peak of the season, except she can't argue it in like final two.
Now, this is what I want to say
work.
heroic.
Like,
This, compared Jillian trying to save Jason here to Raven trying to save Veronica, this is not at all a spite on Veronica. This is Jillian being like, Jason deserves this. And
yeah,
it's not even about
for
fucking
sure.
with. She's like, Jason needs this. I don't deserve this. I'm going to help him. Whereas Veronica was like, fuck you. No, Raven's like, fuck you, Jason. But yeah, Jillian is like trying to get the veto used on her.
Is Jillian hero of the season?
Oh God, Jillian's trying to get the veto used on her so she can. And that's the thing is, I don't even know if Jillian was gonna save Jason with the if she did get the veto used on her. I don't know because she was saying.
The funniest part is she very well could have voted his ass out and also be the one campaigning for him to stay the hardest. And I think that is so important.
She was like over here,
like,
I need to evict Jason. I don't know if I can do it, but then she's over here trying to get the veto used on her. I'm like, is she gonna fucking do all this work and then not evict him? Like, I don't understand. It was just crazy. And then Vito gets discarded, and she's like over here begging Kevin to put me out of my misery, please. Trying to gaslight Veronica into like thinking that Kevin can't be trusted with the vote. It is a whole can. I can't even really get into it. And then Jason's over here like, Kevin, I think you can beat me. I don't know if you can beat Jillian. Kevin's like, are you fucking be serious right now? Like, be fucking for real. And it's just a whole. They were trying everything to see if it stuck, and I appreciate the fight. They did not give up, but it was never gonna work because Kevin is not stupid and. I don't know.
They tried
They
it on
tried
Kevin.
so fucking hard.
They tried it on Kevin this cycle and the next cycle, which we're not talking about till later. Trust and believe they tried everything on Kevin, and I respect the fact that he was like, "This is really crazy that y'all would even try to say this to me."
Yeah.
Like, I'm not dumb, and like, I mean, period.
Like, I didn't even put this on bad move because I'm like, I did put Jillian Harley, but I'm like, Jason trying here. Jason had nothing to lose. Jason was actually still trying to prop Kevin up, whereas Veronica was like, Kevin, you're gonna lose. Just let me win. And that's where she ends up on bad move. But Jason's like, Kevin, I think you could beat me. And Kevin's like, you're lying, but thanks for trying. Veronica's just like, bro,
It's so real.
just fucking pack it up. Let me have this. I said, it's two sides of the same coin here. But yeah, Kevin does evict Jason, and Jason is very angry about that. And is like, all right, Kevin, I'm never voting for you, which is like, he wasn't gonna vote for Kevin anyways between Jillian and Veronica as the other options. So I don't understand why he's framing it as like Kevin voting him out.
Also, Jason was like, he should have just let me get evicted the next cycle. It's like, what are you talking
That's
about?
final
like,
three, bro. Like then he loses to everybody.
What are you talking about?
Because I've also had those like super like self-involved thoughts of like, come on, just let me like go out at 3, like it is right and proper. God, that's the only respectful thing. Like I can't even get mad because I've had this.
I get it, but it's also like, again, just ego. Like just
I'm
like
just
ego.
like, Jason,
for sure it's ego, but like
Jillian
all
was your
org
number
players
2.
are egotistical.
Yeah.
Like it is playing an org is a fucking egotistical act. Come on.
Yes.
Like
it is, but this cast has been the extreme of ego in my opinion. Like the way they've moved and the way they talk to each other, the way they talk.
It's been honestly incredibly camp to watch. So I really
absolutely like. I mean, this season would not be the same without it. So and in a lot of ways, it's been very entertaining, and a lot of ways, it's not even been necessarily to the detriment of everybody. But it's like just another example of like. I mean, of course, like I would be bitter if I got voted out, especially when you know you have a really good chance of winning if you can make it to the end, like Jason. Yeah. So it's like, I totally get it, but it's also like what he was saying was objectively insane. It was like, okay, so Kevin should keep you so that he has to win out and then evict you maybe if he's able to win the competitions. And then like, okay, like that's just like, none of it made sense. And I appreciate the fact that Kevin was not, no one was able to miss Kevin. And not that their arguments were like super persuasive, but like Kevin, I appreciate like stood on business. It was like, no, the only way I can win this game is if I beat out Jason, take him out, and then I have to beat Veronica. I'm only going to win this game if I go with Jillian. And I mean, he's completely correct. So like, appreciate the fact that he knew exactly what he had to do and made that happen as he should if he wants to win.
Yeah.
So sure. We have lost Preston and we've lost Derek as we now have our final 3. The final 3 that a lot of people dreaded of Veronica, Jillian, and Kevin, because what happens
Veronica, the made-up twin that doesn't exist.
Yes.
Jillian, and isn't Jillian like MAGA in real life?
Yes.
And then what? I don't know.
Kevin
Kevin.
is an old man who had cancer and got scammed out of cancer money by another Big Brother player.
Oh my God.
Stop.
Right. But just an insane final three to have to exist.
I didn't, yeah, just, and the fact that technically none of them should be here because Julian and Kevin were both step-ins, like fill-ins for who we
Yes.
dropped, and
Mhm.
Veronica just doesn't exist. First of all, Veronica doesn't exist to begin with.
Our
Like,
lesbian MAGA queen doesn't exist. What are you
and then
talking
number
about?
two, it's like people were saying that Paul should be the 17th one to like copy that, or like if they had done better in 17, Veronica wouldn't need the second chance. I mean, like in a perfect time, quote unquote perfect timeline, everything goes right for us with not having cast dropped and the twins making it through in 17. None of these three people should be here. But it's almost
No.
like history has worked out in a way that it was their destiny to be here or something.
I
It
feel like
was
one of the things
their
that they
destiny.
say in like D&D, not to get too nerdy about it, is like the dice tell a story. Because like there's
Yeah.
like you can RP all you want, but like the dice are gonna fucking roll how they're gonna roll. And I feel like here, like the votes tell a story. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of insane and not what we expected, but like it's Twilight. Like it's just a very camp ending to the
And
to the
and after this whole season of just like this clusterfuck of a season, like I mean, there couldn't have been a funnier and more entertaining final three, honestly. Like
Yeah.
honestly,
It's been
I can't
fun.
imagine a funnier outcome.
I
And not like in a way
literally
like, wow, like
ignored my
they're
mother's
so
calls for like a good 2 hours so I could watch the server. Like I was that transfixed
yes,
about like
yes,
the final HOH. It was honestly like peak cinema. Like I was entertained. I've really enjoyed this season
yes.
overall. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, for sure. So
But yeah,
here
I
we
mean,
come to the end.
yep.
Against our will or not. We're here. We're fucking here. We've made it.
65 days down the fucking toilet.
Oh my
As long as
God.
Big Brother over the top. So
Whew.
we've matched a real life
This
season.
this season went on so long that I managed to make it to my finals period, which never thought that would happen. And now I'm done with finals. And the season
Yeah.
still isn't over. Damn.
Yeah.
When they
Queen.
said we can make it to Christmas, we're not going to be that far away from the Christmas holiday, to be honest with you, and this season
We
ends.
got 10 days off, basically.
Jesus Christ.
Like, that's
Hey, it
diabolical.
starts with Christmas, it ends with Christmas.
That's right.
Period. And
That's right.
Pikmin in between. Pikmin to
It,
unite all.
exactly.
I can see. And I mean, yeah, I guess that's all we wrote for today. And we'll see you for our final episode of the Reruns Rewind and in real life, probably tomorrow. Hopefully, I don't know how the fuck this will work out, but whenever this uploads, it uploads. So yeah. See you guys next time. Bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
everyone. Bye.